Okay, I admit I've been having a hard time with Bryce's. So I'm going to do his as a comparison because I think it'll make it a little easier. Here they both are before any motion. You know, they're just standing there. We're going to let Bryce roll basically to his full load. Bryce's full load's about there. Okay, we got them both at their full load. The first thing you notice is this angle that I've been talking about on most of the guys. Bryce is getting really up over his back foot. Would rather see him stay more inside of his back foot, not getting quite so far back over it. The other thing that kind of sticks out to me, Bryce reaches back with his hands aggressively. Bryce is a tooth gritter, and he tries really hard. And part of that is he puts some tension in his hands and arms. And I think he thinks reach back, and he gets his hands and arms back early, a little too early, really. So he has reached back with his hands so that his hands are very separated from his body. It's a long ways from here to here. And you want to get that, but not yet. You've just loaded. And he's used up some elasticity there. Joey, his hands aren't even outside his back foot. They're still very near his shoulder. So I would relax hands and arms and let his hands float in here at this point, kind of over his back foot more in here instead of way back there. So let's advance them to toe touch. Bryce looks a little restricted in his movement there. Like with a longer stride, he would have room to maneuver more. It's like his legs don't really have room to do what they need to do. He gets a pretty good drive off his back leg, and he's driving that hip around okay. But he doesn't come to a really good, firm front leg quick enough. We'll get to that in a second. But at toe touch, he's doing a good job. He went out. He did not fall on his foot. He reached out so he can use it as a timing mechanism. Bryce, again, has really stayed over his back leg. Joey's reached out, and he's kind of using his front leg at this point to hold him up till he decides to fire. If we had Bryce maybe stride a little more, or just start wider. If he wants to go no stride, that's fine. I like that actually. But just start him wider with the whole mess further back. And if he just wants to pick his foot up and put it down like that, pick it up and put it down lightly like he's doing. But that would give him a lot more separation in here in his legs and room for things to work. So as we come forward, Joey right there is driving that heel down. Okay, by this time, Joey he's stamped his heel, and he's essentially got all his weight on his front leg. It's coming up there fast. Bryce, let's drive him forward. At this point, his heel's down, but you can see he's still driving with his back quite a bit. He really hasn't transferred. Maybe there. He's getting the weight on his front leg, but look how close he is to hitting the ball. Look where his shoulders are. I mean, he just loaded up that front leg, and his shoulders are here. Joey just loaded up his front leg, and his shoulders are there. Okay. Just, I think as a result of his narrowness, and being late getting that front foot down, you can see Bryce doesn't have much of an angle here at all. The separation between where his front foot is and where his head is small. There's not a lot of leverage there. Joey, on the other hand, a lot more leverage back here at contact. And Joey's very straight here. Oops. Good and straight there. Bryce he's here. And then all this started coming forward. I think because he was late getting this down. He let his upper body kind of break over his waist before he got his plant foot established real well. So I guess the cliff notes for Bryce: widen out a little bit. Don't go quite as far over your back foot. Let's get that front leg down a little sooner, which will give you more room for everything.